What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Thanks to you guys, it's the fastest growing Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and give me all your takes down below in the comment section. I want all your fire Dodger takes down below in the comment section. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So we're going to dive right into these rumors, starting with Luis Castillo. So yesterday, there was a big buzz about Luis Castillo going to the New York Yankees, and a reporter by the name of Ricardo Gibbon sent Twitter into a tizzy when he tweeted out, "Gladly, my friend, Luis Castillo's deal from the Yankees side is done. Expect one big offensive name in this transaction as well. They are willing to go over the CBT luxury tax only if they consider it necessary." And then a little over 30 minutes after that tweet, Jeff Passan came out and tweeted, "Luis Castillo has not been traded to the Yankees. Stop believing people who consistently get things wrong." So Jeff Passan passing out L's on Twitter. And then today, Cincinnati Reds general manager Nick Krall, he released a statement saying the rumors were completely false and that we intend to have Castillo as a member of our rotation for 2021. And then John Heyman tweeted out, "Reds are telling teams now they intend to hold on to Luis Castillo. They tested the waters on Castillo and other stars, but understand they have an excellent shot to win their division as is." So first of all, how does this relate to the Dodgers? Well, the New York Yankees could be a team the Dodgers could face in the 2021 World Series if the Dodgers are able to make it back to the Fall Classic, and if they're able to add Luis Castillo after already adding Corey Kluber. They have Garrett Cole, you have Luis Severino coming back after Tommy John surgery. That could be a very formidable starting rotation that could give the Dodgers trouble in October. So if you're the Dodgers, you definitely don't want to see Luis Castillo on the New York Yankees because, one, you might face him in the World Series, and two, you might want him for yourself. This guy is an absolute ace, and he's on a great contract. He's set to make $4.2 million next year with the Cincinnati Reds, and he won't enter free agency for another 3 seasons. So to have a player of this caliber under a team-friendly contract like that is something that can be very attractive for the Los Angeles Dodgers, a franchise that has the prospect capital to make a trade for someone like Luis Castillo. Now, we also know now that the Reds are looking for a shortstop. They have a glaring need at that position, and the Dodgers have Gavin Lux. Yes, he's the second baseman for the Dodgers, but he definitely could be the shortstop of the future for the Cincinnati Reds. Yes, he dealt with the yips a few years ago, but I think he's put that behind him. And look, I'm definitely still high on Gavin Lux. After coming to last season, the favorite to win the Rookie of the Year, things just didn't go his way, but I do think he can still be the centerpiece of a blockbuster deal. I think he still has that all-star potential, but if you're asking me, would I include Gavin Lux in a trade for Luis Castillo, my answer would be,
I mean, come on, I just don't see a problem here. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now let's do this!
Because one, I think if we're being realistic, that's who the Reds would want in return for Luis Castillo. And also, look, Keibert Ruiz is the Dodgers' #1 prospect. He's the number 53rd ranked prospect in Baseball America's Top 100, but they already have a catcher prospect that they like in Tyler Stevenson. So they don't really have a need at catcher. They have a need at shortstop. And then two, the Dodgers have Michael Busch. Now, Michael Busch is really starting to make some noise in the minors. He's now ranked as the 87th ranked prospect in all of Major League Baseball from Baseball America. Our own prospect guru, Tim Rogers, is very high on Michael Busch. And heading into next season, the Dodgers have enough players with positional versatility to hold down second base. You got guys like Chris Taylor, Zach McKinstry that can hold it down until Michael Busch is ready to be the long-term solution. So I'm just throwing it out there because I think that Gavin Lux is a little more movable right now than he's ever been. He's definitely not an untouchable prospect at this point. And if you're talking about a guy like Luis Castillo, a guy that would make this starting rotation absolutely elite. It would take them right to the top in all of Major League Baseball as far as depth goes. Now, is adding a frontline starting pitcher right now an absolute need? It's not. But there are a lot of questions with this starting rotation. How is Kershaw going to pitch next year in a full season? He's not getting any younger. How will David Price bounce back? So you're banking on a lot of these older pitchers having success and then some of the younger guys having breakthroughs. Will Tony Gonsolin and Dustin May take the next step? And will Julio Urias be that solid number 3 starter in a rotation? Can he put those first inning woes behind him. So there are definitely some questions with this starting rotation. We've seen Walker Buehler get off to some slow starts. And yes, on paper, the Dodgers have, without question, one of the best starting rotations in all of Major League Baseball. But if you add Luis Castillo, they now have the best rotation in all of Major League Baseball. This guy is in his absolute prime. Now, diving into his numbers from last season, in 70 innings pitched, he owned a 3.21 ERA, a 2.65 FIP. He had 11.44 K per nine. That was ninth in Major League Baseball, 30.5 K percentage. He was third in exit velo at 86 miles per hour, a 58.4% ground ball rate. That was second all of Major League Baseball. He was fifth in home runs per nine. He was sixth at F4 at 2.4, and he's got an arsenal of pitches. Yes, that changeup is his best pitch, but he also throws that sinker, that slider, and that four-seamer, and the velo was up on his four-seamer last season, averaged 97.4 miles per hour, so he's an elite pitcher in his absolute prime, a true frontline starter under team control through 2023. I mean, look at this Dodgers starting rotation with the addition of Luis Castillo. Of course, I still got to go with my guy, Walker Buehler. You know, Butane's still the ace of the staff. And then number two, seniority, Clayton Kershaw had a quality year last year. Of course, you got him as a lefty going in your two spot. So Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, and then Luis Castillo. Really probably the second best pitcher on the team behind Walker Buehler, but throw him in there as your third starter. Then Julio Urias, we'll see if he can hold it down as a starter. Will he make the move to the bullpen at some point? But I think he's going to get another solid chance at being a starter. Then David Price. How will David Price bounce back? He's dealt with some injury issues. Can he have a quality season? And then, of course, you have Dustin May, who I think has star potential, still very young. I do think that they would have to part ways with either Dustin May or Tony Gonsolin. I think the Dodgers, they'd try to keep Dustin May over Tony Gonsolin, so I think he would probably have to be included in that deal as well. But just look at that starting rotation. You got a nice mix of lefties and righties, power pitchers, changeup artists, guys that can induce soft contact, a great mix right there. So I'm definitely salivating over a potential rotation led by Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, and Luis Castillo. And also, then you can have the flexibility to send guys into that bullpen, like Julio Urias in the postseason if you need to, if he's more effective coming out of the bullpen. And then you have some insurance if David Price doesn't have that bounce back year that we all hope he has. Look, I think taking that year off was good for David Price, but he's on the downside of his career. He's dealt with injuries, so adding another starting pitcher could definitely give this starting rotation a little more security. And just because it's not a desperate need doesn't mean it wouldn't benefit them in a major way. Then, of course, depending on Justin Turner and the decision to have the DH in the National League, the Dodgers could also bring in Eugenio Suarez. We talked about that a few weeks ago. That's also a possibility, but at that point, you might be talking about having to include Gavin Lux and Dustin May. So to me, Code Red is untouchable. I think with his kind of stuff, I would wait that out to see if he's a budding superstar. I would hold on to Dustin May, but I wouldn't be opposed to giving up guys like Tony Gonsolin. Now, I love Tony Gonsolin, but I think Dustin May, his ceiling's higher and he's younger, so I'd hold on to Dustin May. Then there's guys like Cody Hosey, DJ Peters, Mitchell White, Edwin Uceta. I would include all of them, but the Dodgers definitely have those prospect chips to get a deal done. Look, you could even include Edwin Rios if that got the deal done, but I'm telling you, I'm in win-now mode. I play the game for the ultimate prize. That would be my mentality if I was Andrew Friedman. And the Dodgers, by adding Luis Castillo, have two top 10 pitchers in their absolute prime, surrounded by so much talent, and I think they'd be in a great position to win multiple World Series titles. Elite starting pitchers in baseball are like elite quarterbacks in the NFL. You really only start talking about championships until you have them. They don't grow on trees. Now, I wouldn't trade the farm, but if the Dodgers can get Luis Castillo from the Cincinnati Reds into Dodger Blue, they'll have one of the best rotations in Major League Baseball for years to come. Now, a couple updates before we head out. Kirby Yates has cut his list down to 5 teams. Kevin Acee tweeted that the Padres are one of a dozen teams interested in Kirby Yates. He's in final stages of considering offers from 5 teams, and source says the Padres are not one of them. Padres would have to come up substantially in their offer, and that is not expected to happen. So, will the Dodgers sign Kirby Yates? Are they one of the final 5 teams? We'll probably find out this week. And then Mark Feinsand, he tweeted, the reliever market remains crowded with talent, but one pitcher on a lot of radars is Jeremy Jeffress, per sources. At least 10 teams have some level of interest in the right-hander, including Blue Jays, Red Sox, Cubs, Astros, Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, and Nationals. So, will the Dodgers be lucky enough to get Jeremy Jeffress? Of course, you remember when he said that Justin Turner had a lucky swing on him in the NLCS in 2018. We'll have to keep our eye on that. And then it also came out today that Marcell Ozuna will not be headed back to the Atlanta Braves. So that eliminates the Atlanta Braves. Now, will we have the DH in the National League? That's looking like it could happen. Will the Dodgers bring in Marcell Ozuna to be that right-handed bat? But let me know down below in the comments. Should the Dodgers make an aggressive offer for Luis Castillo? Would you include Gavin in a trade for Castillo? Let me know down below in the comments. Give me a Y for yes, give me an N for no, and be sure to give me all your takes on all of today's topics right down below in the comments section. Now, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. It's the fastest growing Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. So be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button for all the latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, podcasts, interviews. You're going to find it right here. So be sure to subscribe. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. For all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.